We need a closing. Now, some of the things that go into this, we belong to a forecasting service, John Biagini, who I find very accurate, and I've used, and he's very sensitive to school departments, and he also does forecasting for public works departments. So he will give us, he'll usually have he'll send us fax information by email on incoming storms. He'll also usually host a 4 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. Conference call with superintendents from different geographic areas in the state, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tony, we're part of the Western group, so that includes districts like Weston, going up toward Danbury, Newtown, that whole group. That's one thing. The second thing, and very, very important to me, is checking with the city officials, basically the Public Works Department, to see what the road conditions are, number one, and number two, what they can do in a very, very candid way, or what they're doing right now. You'll get many things. I found sometimes we'll say if you'll delay school, it gives us an opportunity to fully treat the roads and make them safe. In Norwalk's case, we also have to look at parking lots. And the Public Works Department is the department that clears our lots in conjunction with our custodians. It's kind of a complicated thing here in Norwalk. Is Public Works clears the lots, the custodians shovel 25 feet out from the building, and then Parks and Recreation takes over from there. So we want to make sure all of those things are coordinated. And quite frankly, the bottom line to me is safety. You know, you try to get this decision out as early as you can. I mean, I don't want to be forced into a decision that until I have all the information, and I feel that we're making a decision that is appropriate and is safe for our students and our staff. We try to get that done by 5 o'clock. At times, it doesn't happen very often, but at times you'll sometimes make that decision the night before. It's just so obvious that you know, a storm is going to hit, and we'll try to get it out the night before. But normally it's a lot of work collecting information between, as I say, 3:30 and 5 in the morning. Tony is also on computer with what the other districts are doing along in the greater Norwalk area. So you have that, plus Dr. Biagini's, plus we have what we're getting from our local, from Public Works and other folks. And it's most of the time, you know, you can't please everyone, but our attempt is to make sure we make a decision that ensures the safety of students, both driving to school and going to the school on buses.
Yes, please. And Mike had his hand too.
You started this.
Okay, can I, just a quick follow-up? Just a quick follow-up.
I want something in the same vein.
Yeah, I'm over here. Just a quick follow-up. You had mentioned DPW custodians and Parks and Rec, all three are involved in clearing our schools.
Yep.
So it's my understanding that the custodians do up to 25 feet.
Correct.
At the 26-foot mark, the Parks and Rec comes in.
Correct.
And then after that, DPW comes in. So
Well,
it takes 3 different groups to clean our schools.
No, the DPW does the lots.
Okay.
Their job is
They
to
just
plow the
plow,
parking
okay.
lots.
And
They
Parks
don't
and
do
Rec-
sidewalks, they don't do anything else.
Parks and Rec does what?
I believe, Tony, they extend sidewalks and that sort of thing beyond the 25 foot.
So if one of those groups just kind of doesn't make it, then we close the school?
No, we try
It seems to
to.
be a lot of people involved, different groups that do just to do a cleaning.
The main one, quite frankly, is Public Works. If they can get the lots cleaned, our own custodians, you know, if the lots are going to be cleaned, they're ready to shovel out, and I guess it's worked up till now. I've only been here a day, but the coordination, I guess it's difficult. I mean, it would be great if we had one agency and said, you know, your job is to clear the lots, clear the sidewalks, and everything else. But historically, I don't know the reason. Well, I understand the reason with custodians. In many districts, depending on the union contract, the custodians might be responsible for total cleaning of sidewalks. Normally, for lots, it's either Public Works, or if the district has their own snow plows, or in many cases, in some of the smaller towns I've worked in, they've contracted a third party
was related to the snow. Oh, I know what I want to bring up.
See?
I know what I want to bring up. There are some, because there's so many ways parents are contacted by NPS, but the most consistent is the 5 a.m. wake-up call. And some parents are like, hey, I know the night before, I got an email or whatever. How can I get myself off this phone list? So I was in touch with Brenda and Ralph, and it was in the heat of the moment. There was a lot of stuff going on, but I am continuing to get questions from parents about this. So I know there's no easy answer to manually remove them, but if there was something in the works, Brenda, or if Ralph needs a reminder, that issue is out there, and there are some people who would like that option.
Well, this is not Norwalk, but this is the experience I had in Norwalk, where I just left and I had a nasty winter. We went to school messenger as Norwalk did, as Norwalk does. Initially, the first complaint I got was, I have 3 kids in the school. They're taking the information from Power School. And so what they would get is 3 individual calls, which drove them nuts. We resolved that with School Messenger, where they're able to harvest and take out duplicate calls, so you'll get 1 call. The second issue we had, and I don't know if we fully resolved it, was some people wanted texting instead of a phone call. And that's what I've talked to Ralph to see if there's something we can do with that here. I think the duplicate call thing is easy to take care of. Getting a call instead of texting is something I think we'll look at. We're asking for people who have to sign up for texting. And that might be one way to bring the complaints down. But I think as a district, I think we have a responsibility to officially get out to, a legal responsibility, quite frankly, to get out to families and parents officially what we're doing, as far as cancellations, as far as delays, and as far as early dismissals. But the couple of the complaints that you've mentioned here, they've happened in other districts, so we've tried to resolve them.
Great. Well, it looks like we can.